And Lily, they came over to the United Kingdom, or did they? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of a wet London today. Nice to see you. Struck up, the bells have struck up, you see. It's almost on cue, isn't it? Someone asked me online the other day, do you do that deliberately or is it added in? No, there's a church very close. It's very nice to hear them. And it's a really old church actually, built way back in the 1800s and still looking fine today. Needs a little bit of sandblasting, and when we get the chance, I'll take some pictures for you that you can see exactly what it looks like. Back as ever though to your breaking roll story of the day. This particular story is going to interest many because, as we know, when Harry and Meghan returned back here to the United Kingdom for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations at the bequest of Our Gracious Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, 70 years on the throne, and apparently she wanted them there, which was nice, a nice invitation considering what had gone on before. I think what's interesting to note as well, what a lot of people haven't pointed out, is that Harry and Meghan did behave, in principle. Yes, there's the debate about recording, not recording at Westminster Abbey, but as I've said to you before, what was there to record? Absolutely nothing, But the big selling point really was the fact that they were going to be bringing over their children to finally meet, particularly Lily, for the first time, and Archie in 2 years, Our Gracious Majesty, Her Majesty the Queen. And there was a debate, wasn't there, as to whether it happened, whether it didn't happen, all of that sort of thing. Of course, the spin doctors working on behalf of Meghan and Harry claimed there were numerous meetings with the Queen, which is ridiculous, as we've said to you before. It's impossible. She has a packed diary, she's timed out, she knows exactly where she's going to be at every step of the way. So once again, more mainstream media lies for, of course, a new deal that they have online. I'll just leave that there. But what's interesting to note is, and according to a very good source, and as ever, we have to say the words allegedly, it was interesting to note that we never really saw the children. Where were Archie? Where were Lily? Now, all sorts of skeptics have been busy online, suggesting all kinds of things. But this is what we found out so far. There would have been something of an official portrait had it been allowed. This is what we've been told. But because it was a private meeting, a private visit between Her Majesty the Queen and, of course, her grandson, Prince Harry, out at Windsor, well, it wasn't an official portrait, that's for sure. But the other line that I've been told from the other side of the story is this, particularly from the Montecito endings. We would have seen the children had of course, it had been allowed to publish a picture, and more importantly, alongside Our Gracious Monarch. Now, there's two sides to this, isn't there? That creates, once again, a bit of debate. And it also creates a mystery. Did the meetings actually happen? Because so far, there's no firm confirmation from Buckingham Palace or indeed Kensington Palace. But again, don't read too much into this. They're not senior royals, they're not working royals, so it wouldn't necessarily happen like that. It would have to come from their own office, that is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So for now, the debate is, the reason why we didn't see the children was, well, they weren't allowed because there wasn't really anything to do. Now, isn't it interesting that when you think about it, they very quickly produced a picture of Lily Diana and put that out online the minute they hit back into California. But they seemingly didn't want to share any pictures of Lily Diana and, of course, Archie returning to Harry's former birth home. Seemingly odd. Whichever way you look at it, the mystery still deepens. But that's what we found out so far, according to that now very mysterious visit. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.